Hello everyone, today we will embark on a journey to uncover the real, secret weapon of success. Now, before we dive in, let me start by asking you a question. What comes to your mind when you think about success? Is it wealth? Fame? Or perhaps something more personal, like achieving a dream or finding peace of mind? Most of us associate success with external achievements, like the paycheck or the accolades, but what if I told you that success is something much deeper, and that the secret weapon of success might not be a what, but a who? More specifically, you. In today's world, success is often viewed through a narrow lens, one that only highlights the most visible results of hard work. But here's the thing, real success doesn't come from just putting in hours at the office or collecting degrees. Success is about aligning your mind, your attitude, and your daily actions with your true goals. That's where the secret weapon enters the picture. This secret weapon isn't some magical formula or shortcut that will make you rich overnight. No, it's something much more powerful. It's a tool that has the potential to transform your entire life, but only if you're willing to embrace it. Over the course of this series, we'll peel back the layers of what success really means and how the secret weapon can be harnessed to unlock your fullest potential. As we go through this, I want you to think about where you stand in relation to your personal and professional goals. Are you stuck in a rut, feeling like success is a distant dream? Or do you already feel like you've tasted it but are searching for a way to level up? Whatever stage you're in, the key is to recognize that success doesn't happen by chance. It's built on choices, actions, and most importantly, your mindset. So grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's begin by exploring the first step toward your success, realizing that it's all within you. Alright, now that we've set the stage, let's talk about the foundation of success, mindset. The first step in unlocking your secret weapon is to understand that your mind is the most powerful tool you have. Everything you think, feel, and do originates in your mind. Your beliefs shape your reality, and if you're not careful, they can also trap you in a cycle of self-doubt and fear. But here's the kicker, mindset can either make or break your success. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how two people can have the same resources, the same opportunities, and even the same goals, yet one seems to soar while the other struggles? It's all about how they approach their journey. Someone with a growth mindset is constantly learning, adapting, and overcoming challenges, whereas someone with a fixed mindset might view every obstacle as an insurmountable wall. This is where the secret weapon starts to show its power. It's a mindset shift that allows you to break free from limiting beliefs and unlock your potential. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not like adopting a positive mindset will suddenly make everything easy. But it will make you more resilient, more persistent, and more willing to try again when things get tough. And let's face it, failure is a part of the journey. The secret weapon doesn't promise smooth sailing, but it does help you navigate through rough waters with a steady hand. Here's the thing about mindset, it's a choice. You can choose to let fear and self-doubt hold you back, or you can choose to believe in your ability to succeed. The secret weapon of success starts by making that choice every single day. It's about waking up with the belief that you have what it takes, no matter how many times you've fallen before. And when you truly start to believe that, something incredible happens. You stop seeing failure as the end of the road, but as a stepping stone to something better. But here's the twist, the secret weapon doesn't work unless you actively engage with it. You have to challenge your negative thoughts, replace them with empowering ones, and keep working at it. Yes, it sounds simple, but it's far from easy. It requires self-awareness, practice, and a willingness to push beyond your comfort zone. So, what does a winning mindset look like? It's a mindset that says, I can do this, and even if I don't get it right the first time, I'll keep trying until I do. This mindset is rooted in growth, not perfection. It's a mindset that embraces challenges, because each challenge is an opportunity to learn, grow, and come closer to your goals. And trust me, once you shift your mindset, everything else, your actions, your habits, your results, begins to follow suit. Remember, mindset is the lens through which you view the world. If your mindset is limited, your world will feel small. But if you open yourself to possibilities, opportunities, and growth, suddenly, the world becomes a much bigger place. The secret weapon of success is embedded right there, in that shift in how you think about challenges, opportunities, and, most importantly, yourself. Well, that we've tapped into the importance of mindset, let's move on to something that amplifies your chances of success: attitude. A mindset alone won't get you far if it isn't paired with the right attitude. You see, attitude is the fuel that powers your mindset. It's the way you show up in the world, the way you handle setbacks, and the way you interact with others. A winning attitude isn't about pretending everything is perfect, it's about staying positive and persistent, even when life throws curveballs at you. Think about the last time you faced a challenge. Maybe it was a big project at work, a difficult relationship, or something personal you were working through. How did you handle it? Did you approach the situation with an open mind, determined to learn and grow? Or did you let frustration and negativity take over, focusing only on how tough things were? The difference in those responses? That's attitude. A winning attitude means being able to approach any situation with the belief that you can handle it, no matter how difficult it might seem. It's the ability to stay calm under pressure, to find solutions instead of getting bogged down in problems, and to keep moving forward even when things don't go as planned. It's the secret weapon of success that drives you to push through obstacles, make the most of every opportunity, and keep your eyes focused on the end goal. So how do you develop a winning attitude? First off, it's about self-talk. We all have that inner voice that either lifts us up or drags us down. A winning attitude starts with changing that voice from one that says, "I can't do this," to one that says, "I can figure this out." It's about reframing challenges as opportunities for growth rather than threats. Remember that every setback is a setup for a comeback. When you start to see challenges through this lens, your attitude shifts from defensive to proactive. Another important aspect of attitude is gratitude. It's easy to get caught up in what's going wrong, but a winning attitude requires you to take a moment and appreciate what's going right. Gratitude doesn't just make you feel good, it also helps rewire your brain to focus on positive outcomes instead of negative ones. When you start each day with an attitude of gratitude, you open yourself up to new possibilities and opportunities that you might have missed otherwise. But here's the twist: a winning attitude isn't about being optimistic all the time. Let's be real, life isn't all sunshine and rainbows. It's about having the ability to look at any situation, even the tough ones, and say, "I'm going to handle this the best way I know how." It's about resilience, grit, and determination, the secret weapon that allows you to stay in the game when everyone else throws in the towel. One of the most important parts of maintaining a winning attitude is surrounding yourself with the right people. Positive energy is contagious. If you're constantly around people who lift you up and inspire you to be your best, your attitude will naturally align with theirs. On the other hand, if you're surrounded by negativity and people who drain your energy, it becomes much harder to maintain a positive outlook. You can't always control your environment, but you can control who you spend your time with. And don't forget about consistency. A winning attitude isn't something you just switch on when you feel like it. It's something you cultivate day after day. It's about showing up, staying committed, and putting in the effort even when the results aren't immediate. Success doesn't happen overnight, it happens over time, with each choice, action, and mindset shift you make. To wrap it up, developing a winning attitude isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about facing life with a can-do spirit, a belief in your ability to succeed, and a willingness to keep going, no matter what. It's the secret weapon that transforms challenges into opportunities and setbacks into stepping stones. And the more you cultivate that attitude, the closer you'll get to unlocking the success you've always dreamed of. Now that we've explored the power of mindset and the importance of attitude, it's time to confront one of the greatest obstacles to achievement: fear and uncertainty. Let me pose a question: how often have you found yourself standing at the edge of a great opportunity, only to hesitate because you were afraid of failing? Or worse, talked yourself out of even trying? You're not alone. Fear and self-doubt are universal experiences, often appearing just as you're about to embark on something meaningful. Here's the truth: fear is a normal reaction. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown, it's all part of being human. But here's the key: fear doesn't have to dominate you. You can recognize it, confront it, and transform it into motivation instead of allowing it to hold you back. This is where the real secret weapon of success comes in, shifting your perspective so that fear and doubt become drivers of progress rather than obstacles. Let's begin with fear. It's easy to let fear consume your mind. That little voice inside whispers, "What if you fail? What if you're not capable? What if others criticize you?" That voice can be persistent. But what if, instead of succumbing to it, you asked yourself, "What if I succeed? What if I actually achieve my goal? What's the worst that could happen if I give it my best shot?" Changing your perspective is incredibly powerful. It turns fear from something that paralyzes you into something that pushes you forward. Fear often thrives on the narratives we tell ourselves. The solution is to rewrite those narratives. But fear isn't the only culprit. Doubt is equally destructive. We've all questioned whether we have the skills, knowledge, or ability to succeed. But here's the secret: self-doubt often signals growth. It indicates that you're pushing your boundaries and entering new territory. Instead of running from doubt, embrace it as evidence that you're stepping outside your comfort zone. The most rewarding experiences in life usually require taking risks and venturing into uncertainty. So, how do you manage fear and doubt when they surface? First, acknowledge them. There's no benefit in denial. Once you recognize them, take a deep breath and shift your focus to what's within your control. The secret weapon of success lies in steady, consistent effort, small courageous steps taken daily, even when confidence is shaky. Visualization is another powerful strategy. Envision yourself succeeding. Picture how it will feel once you accomplish your goals. This mental rehearsal helps condition your mind for success and provides a roadmap to follow when fear and doubt try to take over. And don't underestimate the value of support. Surround yourself with people who encourage you, especially when you struggle to believe in yourself. The secret weapon of success isn't always about going it alone. Often, it's about drawing strength from those around you. When fear and doubt become overwhelming, your support network can ground you and remind you of your capabilities. Ultimately, overcoming fear and doubt is a continual process. You won't simply wake up one day completely fearless. But you can build resilience, the ability to move forward despite fear. The real secret weapon isn't about eliminating fear or doubt, it's about learning to coexist with them while still pressing forward. So next time fear and doubt come knocking, don't retreat. Welcome them as signs you're on the verge of something important. And move forward anyway. That's the secret weapon that will carry you to success. Having tackled the intimidating forces of fear and doubt, let's shift our focus to something equally vital in shaping our success: habits. You've likely heard the saying, "You are what you repeatedly do." It's not just a catchy phrase, it's a profound truth. Success isn't built on a single heroic effort or one extraordinary event. Instead, it's the outcome of small, consistent actions accumulated over time. And that's where habits come into play. Consider the routines you follow each day. Do you have a morning ritual that primes you for productivity, or do you find yourself hitting the snooze button multiple times before rushing into your day? Are you intentional with your time, or do distractions dictate your schedule? The choices you make daily gradually shape your future, whether you realize it or not. The secret weapon of success lies in how effectively you leverage habits to steadily advance toward your objectives. Habits hold immense power because they automate behavior. Once an action becomes habitual, it no longer demands conscious effort, it simply happens. That's why so many high achievers adopt strict routines. They've designed systems that consistently drive them toward their goals without requiring constant motivation. It's all about cultivating positive, intentional habits that align with your values and aspirations. Of course, building habits doesn't happen overnight. Forming new routines requires patience and commitment, especially when breaking old, ingrained behaviors. While research suggests it might take about 21 days to form a habit, the reality is that for many people, it takes longer. The cornerstone is consistency. Each repetition reinforces the behavior in your brain, eventually making it second nature. And once that happens, it no longer feels like a struggle, your routine carries you forward, and momentum builds. Reflect on how habits influence your path to success. Rising early to work on personal projects, even for just an hour each morning, can yield significant progress over time. On the other hand, habitual procrastination leads to chronic stress and stagnation. It's rarely a lack of talent or opportunity that holds people back, more often, it's their daily habits. To activate this secret weapon, start by identifying small adjustments you can make immediately. Want to improve your health? Begin with drinking more water or committing to a 10-minute walk daily. Looking to advance your career? Dedicate 15 minutes each morning to reading or learning something new. While these actions may seem minor, they compound quickly, creating a powerful ripple effect that transforms your life. It's crucial, however, to be deliberate about the habits you cultivate. Not all habits serve you equally. Positive habits align with your core values and move you closer to your goals, while negative ones create unnecessary obstacles. The key to sustainable success is making intentional choices about your daily actions. Ask yourself, which habits will propel me toward my vision? Then focus on building those, one small step at a time. Another essential aspect often overlooked is accountability. Sharing your goals with someone or setting up a system where others check on your progress creates a powerful sense of responsibility. This external support system reinforces your commitment and makes it harder to slack off. The secret weapon isn't solely about personal discipline, it's also about building an environment that holds you accountable and supports your journey. One final truth about habits: don't be too harsh on yourself when setbacks occur. Habit formation is rarely flawless. You may stumble. But instead of viewing slip-ups as failures, treat them as valuable feedback. Ask yourself why you skipped your morning routine. Was it due to lack of motivation or poor planning? Use each misstep as a learning opportunity. The more you refine your habits through these lessons, the closer you move toward lasting success. In the end, the secret weapon of success lies in the power of habits. It's the seemingly small actions you perform consistently that lead to extraordinary results over time. When you build habits that align with your goals, success starts to feel effortless and natural. So, which habits will you begin building today? At this point in the journey, you've developed a solid mindset, cultivated a winning attitude, confronted fear and doubt, and begun to recognize the immense power of your daily habits. But there's one more key ingredient that's necessary to achieve lasting success: focus and discipline. Without these two qualities, even the most carefully crafted goals and well-laid plans can easily slip through the cracks. Let's dive into why focus and discipline are the true secret weapons that can keep you on track to success. Let's start with focus. It's one of the most crucial elements for success in our fast-paced, distracted world. Think about how often you find yourself pulled in different directions. Notifications, emails, social media, deadlines, our attention is constantly being demanded from all sides. If you're like most people, you probably struggle to concentrate on one task for long periods. And yet, focus is absolutely necessary for meaningful progress. Without it, you're bound to scatter your energy in 100 different directions, never really making headway on your goals. Here's the secret about focus: it's not about magically shutting out distractions, it's about training your mind to give full attention to the task at hand. The key is in the way you approach your time. Focus is a choice. It's about deciding that whatever you're working on right now is the most important thing you could be doing. And once you make that decision, you can channel your energy into the task until it's completed. Now, this doesn't mean you have to sit at your desk for hours on end, grinding away in a marathon of productivity. In fact, research shows that humans are only capable of deep focus for short bursts, around 25 to 45 minutes at a time. So how do you make the most of this limited time? The answer is simple: block out distractions. Turn off your phone, close unrelated tabs on your computer, and create an environment where your mind can zero in on the task at hand. Use techniques like the Pomodoro method, work for 25 minutes, take a 5-minute break, and repeat. This can help you keep your focus sharp without feeling burnt out. Focus also requires a bit of planning. The secret weapon of success isn't just about working hard, it's about working smart. To stay focused, you need to prioritize. What's most important to you right now? What steps will get you closer to your goals? Once you've identified those priorities, give them your full attention. Anything else that comes your way, especially distractions, should be set aside until you've accomplished what you've set out to do. Now, let's talk about discipline. Focus may give you the ability to concentrate, but discipline is the key to staying committed to the process. Discipline is what keeps you showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it. It's about doing the work even when it's hard, when it's boring, or when you're tempted to give up. Think of discipline like a muscle, it gets stronger the more you use it. At first, it can be tough to maintain self-control. You might find yourself slacking off or giving in to distractions. But over time, as you keep pushing through those moments, discipline becomes easier. You start to develop the ability to follow through, no matter the obstacles in your path. A lot of people mistake discipline for willpower, but they're not quite the same thing. Willpower is that initial burst of energy you get when you decide to do something. Discipline, however, is the ongoing commitment to your goals, regardless of how you're feeling in the moment. Willpower might get you started, but it's discipline that will carry you through to the finish line. One way to cultivate discipline is to create habits that reinforce it. If you're trying to build the habit of exercising every morning, for example, don't wait until you feel like it. Discipline means deciding ahead of time that you're going to work out, no matter how tired you feel. It's about sticking to the plan, even when it's uncomfortable or inconvenient. And the more you do it, the more automatic it becomes. A helpful strategy to build discipline is to break big goals into small, manageable tasks. If you have a major project to complete, don't think about the entire thing at once. Instead, break it down into smaller tasks that you can tackle each day. This makes the work feel more achievable and keeps you disciplined by focusing on one small step at a time. Focus and discipline work together like a powerful tag team. Focus helps you eliminate distractions and stay zeroed in on the task at hand, while discipline keeps you committed to following through on your goals, day in and day out. The secret weapon of success is harnessing both of these qualities, because without focus, you'll get lost in the noise of daily life, and without discipline, you'll lack the consistency necessary to see things through. To wrap it up, focus and discipline are two sides of the same coin, and they're absolutely essential for long-term success. When you can harness both, you become unstoppable. The secret weapon isn't about avoiding distractions or magically making the hard work easier. It's about making the decision to stay focused and disciplined, even when the going gets tough. And when you do that, success is no longer a distant dream, it becomes a reality you can't avoid. As we continue our journey toward success, let's address one of the most crucial traits that separate those who achieve their goals from those who don't: resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, adapt to challenges, and keep moving forward no matter how many times you're knocked down. It's the secret weapon that fuels persistence, and without it, success can feel like an impossible pursuit. But the truth is, resilience is something everyone can cultivate. And if you want to achieve long-term success, you'll need to build your resilience muscle. Now, let's talk about why resilience is so important. Life is full of ups and downs, and success is rarely a smooth path. There will always be obstacles, disappointments, and failures along the way. In fact, if you're not facing challenges, you might not be pushing yourself hard enough. The difference between those who ultimately succeed and those who give up is their ability to keep going despite these challenges. Resilience is often misunderstood. It's not about avoiding failure or pretending that setbacks don't happen, it's about how you respond when they occur. The most successful people don't see failure as the end of the road. They see it as a stepping stone, an opportunity to learn, grow, and try again. Failure isn't fatal, it's just a part of the process. And with the right mindset, you can turn every failure into a lesson that brings you closer to success. But here's the thing, resilience isn't a trait that you're born with, it's developed through experience. Think about a time when things didn't go as planned. Maybe you had a setback at work, a personal failure, or something else that threw you off course. How did you respond? Did you give up, or did you pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and try again? The more you practice bouncing back from setbacks, the more resilient you become. Building resilience is like building muscle, it takes practice and time. The key is to view challenges as opportunities to strengthen your ability to persevere. When things go wrong, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I improve next time? Instead of letting frustration take over, focus on the lessons you can glean from the experience and how you can use them to become stronger. One of the ways to build resilience is by managing your emotions. It's easy to let disappointment, anger, or frustration take control when things don't go your way. But emotional regulation is essential for staying resilient. If you let negative emotions take over, they can cloud your judgment and prevent you from finding solutions. Resilience means being able to feel your emotions without letting them dictate your actions. It's about acknowledging how you feel, but not allowing those feelings to stop you from moving forward. Another way to build resilience is by developing a support system. No one achieves success alone, and when times get tough, it's important to have people around you who believe in you and will encourage you to keep going. Whether it's a mentor, a friend, or a colleague, having a support system can help you regain perspective when things feel overwhelming. Remember, the secret weapon of success isn't about doing everything yourself, it's about knowing when to lean on others for support. Resilience also requires a strong sense of purpose. When you have a clear vision of why you're working toward a particular goal, it becomes easier to stay motivated when the going gets tough. Your purpose acts as an anchor, helping you stay grounded and focused when you encounter setbacks. When you're clear on why you're pursuing something, you're much less likely to give up at the first sign of difficulty. So, how do you develop more resilience in your own life? Start by reframing setbacks as opportunities to grow. When you face challenges, don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Instead, ask, "What can I learn from this, and how can I use this to move forward?" With each failure, you'll get better at picking yourself up and trying again. Resilience isn't about avoiding failure, it's about how you respond when failure happens. In the end, resilience is one of the most powerful secret weapons you have in your quest for success. It's the ability to keep going, even when things don't go as planned, and to come back stronger after each setback. The road to success isn't easy, but with resilience, you'll always find a way to overcome obstacles and continue moving forward. So, when life throws challenges your way, remember this: the more resilient you become, the closer you'll get to your goals. At this point in our journey, we've explored mindset, attitude, focus, discipline, resilience, and the power of habits. But here's the truth: no matter how hard you work, success is rarely achieved in isolation. Whether you're looking to climb the corporate ladder, build a business, or achieve personal goals, one of the key secret weapons of success lies in building strong relationships and networking. It's not just about who you know, it's about how you nurture those relationships and how you leverage connections to open new doors of opportunity. Let's face it, in today's world, success is often a team effort. Most successful people didn't get there alone. They built strong networks of people who believed in them, supported their efforts, and helped them open doors they might not have had access to otherwise. These relationships aren't just about exchanging business cards, they're about creating genuine connections with people who can offer advice, opportunities, and collaborations that take you further along your journey. Building relationships isn't just about networking for the sake of career advancement, it's about investing in people. Whether it's a colleague, a mentor, a friend, or even a casual acquaintance, taking the time to genuinely connect with others can open up a world of opportunities. The secret weapon of success here is showing up authentically. People can tell when you're only interested in what they can do for you versus when you're genuinely interested in who they are and what they bring to the table. Building relationships based on mutual respect, trust, and shared values is far more powerful than transactional networking. But let's get real, building relationships isn't always easy. It takes time, effort, and a bit of vulnerability. Sometimes, we're reluctant to put ourselves out there, especially if we fear rejection or awkwardness. But the truth is, networking isn't about making a perfect first impression, it's about consistent effort. Every time you connect with someone, even in small ways, you're strengthening the potential for future collaboration. Whether it's a coffee chat, an email exchange, or even a simple follow-up message, these seemingly minor interactions lay the foundation for long-lasting relationships. A big part of building relationships is also about giving back. Too often, we focus on what we can get from others, advice, opportunities, connections, but success often comes when we focus on what we can give. Offer your expertise, be supportive, and look for ways to help others. The more you give without expecting anything in return, the more likely you are to build strong, meaningful relationships. Remember, the secret weapon of success isn't just about taking from others, it's about creating an ecosystem of reciprocity, where everyone benefits from the relationship. Now, let's talk about the power of networking. Networking isn't just about handing out your business card or showing up to as many events as possible. Networking is about connecting with people who share your interests, who can challenge you, and who can open new doors for you. It's about building a community of like-minded individuals who can help you grow and who you can help in return. The trick to effective networking is finding the right people. Not everyone will be a good fit for your professional goals or personal values. Focus on quality over quantity. It's far more valuable to have a small group of supportive, knowledgeable, and trustworthy people in your corner than to have a large network that doesn't truly align with your vision. So, where do you find these people? Start by getting involved in communities, both online and offline, where people with similar passions and goals gather. Whether it's through professional organizations, social media groups, or local meetups, seek out people who inspire you, who challenge your thinking, and who push you to be your best. A great way to build relationships is through mentorship, either as a mentor or a mentee. Mentors provide invaluable advice, wisdom, and guidance, while ments offer fresh perspectives and energy. A mentorship relationship is a two-way street, and these connections often last a lifetime. So, don't be afraid to reach out to someone you admire, even if you're not sure where to start. A simple, "I really appreciate your work and would love to learn from you," can open the door to a powerful, long-lasting relationship. But building relationships and networking isn't just about creating opportunities for yourself, it's also about creating opportunities for others. The secret weapon of success isn't just about personal gain, it's about the community you build around you. When you help others, you often find that the help you receive comes back to you tenfold. Whether it's connecting two people who can help each other, offering advice, or simply being a sounding board for someone, your contributions to others' success will have a way of coming back to you when you least expect it. So, how do you start? Begin by thinking about the people in your life, your current network. Who can you connect with today? Who can you help? Reach out, offer support, and focus on building genuine, meaningful connections. Remember, the more effort you put into building these relationships, the more you'll get out of them. In the end, the secret weapon of success isn't found in a strategy or a technique, it's found in the people around you. Your network, your relationships, and the connections you make will be the ones that elevate you, challenge you, and open doors you never thought possible. So take the time to nurture those relationships, and watch how they lead you to success. As we move forward on our path toward success, there's one more essential ingredient that can help propel you to new heights: risk. Now, I know what you might be thinking: wait, isn't risk something we should avoid? The truth is, success rarely comes without taking risks. However, there's a catch. It's not about throwing caution to the wind and making reckless decisions. No, the secret weapon of success lies in taking calculated risks, risks that are thoughtfully considered, where the potential rewards outweigh the risks involved. You see, many people play it safe their whole lives, never stepping outside of their comfort zones because they're afraid of failure or the unknown. But let's be clear, staying comfortable doesn't lead to growth. It doesn't lead to innovation, progress, or success. Success requires stepping into the unknown, challenging your limits, and making decisions that have the potential to change the course of your life. The secret weapon here is knowing when to take those risks, how to assess them, and what to do when they don't pay off. Let's break down the concept of calculated risk. It's not just about making a decision without thinking, it's about evaluating the situation and understanding both the potential rewards and the possible downsides. What's the worst that could happen? What are the potential benefits? Can you manage the risks involved? These are the questions you need to ask yourself before making any significant decisions. Take, for example, the decision to start a new business. The risk is obvious: there's financial uncertainty, a steep learning curve, and the possibility of failure. But the rewards are equally compelling: freedom, financial independence, and the opportunity to pursue your passion. If you're willing to take the time to research, plan, and calculate the risks involved, the potential for success is far greater than if you simply stay stuck in your current situation, playing it safe. Calculated risks don't always lead to immediate success, but they often lead to valuable lessons. In fact, some of the most successful entrepreneurs and leaders in history failed repeatedly before they got it right. The key is not to let failure stop you. Instead, view it as a learning experience, a stepping stone toward the next opportunity. After all, you can't succeed without learning from your mistakes. That's the secret weapon: resilience in the face of risk, learning from every experience, and continuing to move forward. But how do you know when a risk is worth taking? One important factor is understanding your threshold of risk. How much risk are you personally comfortable with? Some people are naturally more risk-averse, while others thrive on the challenge of high-risk situations. But that doesn't mean you should avoid taking risks altogether. It's about finding the right balance for yourself, knowing how much you can handle, and being mindful of the consequences. One of the most useful tools for assessing risk is the idea of a risk-reward ratio. Simply put, this is the potential reward you expect from taking a certain risk versus the possible losses. A good way to think about it is to ask yourself, if I take this risk, and it pays off, what's the upside? And conversely, if it doesn't work out, what's the worst that could happen? This will help you put things into perspective and make more informed decisions about whether or not to move forward. For example, if you're thinking about changing careers, you might weigh the potential reward of pursuing a more fulfilling job against the risks of uncertainty, possible lower pay, or even the potential for failure. The key here is that the potential for personal growth and satisfaction may far outweigh the risks involved. By assessing the risk-reward ratio, you can make a more informed decision. Risk-taking also requires a certain level of self-confidence and trust in your abilities. You have to believe that you can handle whatever comes your way, whether it's success or failure. The secret weapon is confidence in your decision-making abilities and trust in your own resilience. If you've already worked on building a winning mindset, discipline, and resilience, then you've already equipped yourself to handle the risks you take along the way. With the right mindset and support, you can take on any calculated risk and face the challenges that come with it. However, don't forget that not all risks are calculated equally. A risk that works for one person might not be suitable for you. It's important to assess the risk based on your own situation, goals, and capacity. If you've thought it through and have a plan in place, then the rewards are more likely to be worth it. In the end, calculated risks are an integral part of the secret weapon of success. If you want to grow, innovate, and achieve something extraordinary, you must be willing to step outside of your comfort zone and take risks. These risks don't have to be huge, life-altering decisions, but small, calculated steps that gradually move you closer to your goals. As you gain more experience with taking risks, you'll become better at assessing them, and success will begin to feel more attainable. So, the next time you're faced with an opportunity, ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? What's the best possible outcome? And most importantly, are you ready to take the risk? So far, we've discussed mindset, attitude, resilience, networking, and risk-taking, all crucial elements of success. But there's one more piece to the puzzle that can drastically impact your ability to achieve your goals: time management. In today's world, time is one of our most precious and limited resources. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, but how we use those hours can make all the difference in achieving success. The secret weapon of success lies in how well you can manage your time, prioritize your tasks, and make the most of each moment. Think about it, we've all had those days where we start with a to-do list full of important tasks, only to end the day feeling like we haven't accomplished much. Why does this happen? Often, it's because we fail to manage our time effectively. Whether it's distractions, procrastination, or simply not knowing where to focus our energy, poor time management can keep us from reaching our full potential. The secret weapon, then, is not just working hard but working smart. Time management isn't just about filling up your calendar with appointments and tasks, it's about being intentional with your time. It's about setting clear priorities and focusing your efforts on what truly matters. If you want to achieve success, you need to get clear on your goals and then structure your time around those goals. The key here is understanding that time is finite, and therefore, every minute you spend should align with your long-term objectives. One of the most effective time management strategies is the Eisenhower matrix, which helps you prioritize tasks based on urgency and importance. It's simple: divide your tasks into 4 categories. Urgent and important, do these first. These are tasks that must be completed right away, like deadlines or emergencies. Important but not urgent, schedule these tasks. These are important for your long-term goals, but they don't require immediate action. Urgent but not important, delegate these tasks if possible. They need to be done soon but don't contribute much to your larger goals. Not urgent and not important, eliminate these tasks. These are distractions that waste time and energy. By using this matrix, you can avoid wasting time on low-priority tasks and focus your energy on the activities that will bring you closer to success. The secret weapon here is prioritization. If you know what matters most, it's easier to say no to distractions and yes to the things that truly move the needle. Another powerful time management tool is time blocking. This method involves setting aside specific blocks of time for different tasks or activities throughout the day. For example, you might reserve the first 2 hours of your day for focused work on a big project, followed by a 30-minute break, and then dedicate an hour to answering emails. By allocating time for each task, you're not only staying organized, but you're also preventing tasks from bleeding into one another, which can lead to overwhelm and burnout. The key to time blocking is also flexibility. Life doesn't always go as planned, and unexpected interruptions will happen. The secret weapon of success is being able to adapt without losing sight of your priorities. If something urgent comes up, it's okay to adjust your schedule. The key is to maintain your focus on your goals and not get derailed by every little thing that pops up. And let's not forget about one of the most powerful tools of time management: saying no. We often say yes to things that don't serve our goals because we're afraid of missing out, disappointing others, or taking on too little. But in reality, saying yes to everything dilutes our focus and drains our energy. The secret weapon of success lies in being discerning about how you spend your time. Saying no to low-priority tasks or commitments that don't align with your long-term objectives is just as important as saying yes to the right ones. To truly master time management, you also need to understand your energy cycles. Are you a morning person who works best in the early hours? Or do you find that you hit your stride in the afternoon or evening? Knowing when you're most productive allows you to schedule your most important tasks during those peak energy periods. The secret weapon of success isn't about forcing yourself to work when you're tired, it's about working when you're at your best. The power of time management lies in consistency. When you consistently plan your time, prioritize your tasks, and stay focused on your goals, you create momentum. Time is always moving forward, and when you manage it effectively, you ensure that you're always moving toward success. The secret weapon here is simple: make the most of every moment. Whether it's a 15-minute task or a multi-hour project, using your time wisely will compound over time, bringing you closer to your ultimate success. So, what does good time management look like in action? It's about being intentional with your time, setting clear priorities, and saying no to distractions that don't serve your goals. It's about using tools like the Eisenhower matrix and time blocking to stay focused and organized. And most importantly, it's about being flexible and adapting when life throws curveballs. Time is a limited resource, but when you use it wisely, it becomes one of your greatest allies in achieving success. As we near the final stretch on this path towards success, one crucial factor will determine whether your journey is sustainable: adaptability. Success doesn't come in a straight line. The world around us is constantly changing, new technologies emerge, industries evolve, and societal trends shift. If you want to stay ahead and continue moving toward your goals, you must be able to adapt to change and embrace innovation. The secret weapon of success is flexibility, the ability to evolve, learn, and pivot when necessary. Let's start with the concept of change. You've probably heard the saying, "The only constant in life is change." In the pursuit of success, that couldn't be truer. No matter how well you've planned or how secure you feel in your current position, change is inevitable. The businesses and individuals who thrive are those who can adapt, adjust, and grow in response to new challenges and opportunities. One of the keys to adapting to change is to view it as an opportunity, rather than a threat. Most people resist change because they fear the unknown. It's easier to stay in the familiar, even if that means staying stagnant. But the secret weapon of success is seeing change as an invitation to innovate, to find new ways to solve problems, and to improve your work. Change doesn't have to be scary, it can be the catalyst that pushes you forward to the next level. Innovation, closely tied to change, plays a huge role in success. Innovation doesn't necessarily mean inventing something groundbreaking, it can be as simple as finding a better way to do something. Take a look at any successful business or individual, they're constantly looking for ways to improve their products, services, or processes. Whether it's incorporating new technologies, discovering more efficient methods, or adopting different perspectives, innovation is about staying ahead of the curve. Let's take a business example. Think about companies like Apple or Amazon. They didn't just wait for the market to change, they led the charge in making it happen. Apple didn't just produce a smartphone, they revolutionized the concept of what a phone could be. Amazon didn't just sell books, they created an entirely new model of online retail. These companies didn't shy away from change, they embraced it, sought it out, and used it as a stepping stone toward success. Similarly, as an individual, you can innovate in your personal life, career, or side projects. Innovation doesn't require inventing a new product, it's about constantly improving, experimenting with new approaches, and challenging the status quo. Maybe it's finding a new way to market your business, or figuring out a smarter routine for your day-to-day tasks. The secret weapon of success is about looking for opportunities to innovate, whether it's through technology, creativity, or simply rethinking the way you do things. Adapting to change also means being open to feedback. It's easy to get stuck in our ways, especially when we're passionate about a particular approach or idea. But feedback, whether from colleagues, customers, or mentors, can provide valuable insights that help us pivot in a more successful direction. Embrace criticism as a tool for growth. Instead of seeing it as an attack, see it as an opportunity to refine your skills and improve your approach. Now, let's talk about resilience in the face of change. Adapting to new circumstances requires mental and emotional resilience. Change often comes with uncertainty, and it can be uncomfortable. The key to navigating these challenges is to stay focused on your long-term goals, even when the path forward seems unclear. The secret weapon is mental flexibility, being able to adjust your tactics, but never losing sight of your vision. To stay adaptable, it's also important to continuously learn and evolve. Innovation isn't just about applying new technologies, it's about acquiring new knowledge, skills, and perspectives. Never stop learning. Read books, attend seminars, or take courses. The more knowledge you gain, the more equipped you'll be to adapt to whatever changes come your way. The world is full of opportunities, but they're only available to those who are willing to learn, grow, and innovate. But let's not forget one very important thing: being adaptable doesn't mean constantly changing your goals. It means adjusting your strategies to align with those goals. For example, if a particular strategy isn't working for you, it's okay to try something new. But the ultimate vision for your success should remain steady, even if the path to get there needs to shift along the way. The secret weapon is staying flexible with your methods, while remaining committed to your overall mission. In practical terms, how can you become more adaptable in your life? Start by regularly checking in with your goals and progress. Are your current methods working? Are there new technologies or approaches that could help you get to your destination faster or more efficiently? If so, don't be afraid to incorporate them into your routine. The secret weapon of success lies in your willingness to evolve. Flexibility isn't a weakness, it's a strength that ensures your long-term success. Lastly, let's talk about taking calculated risks when it comes to change. Remember the idea of calculated risk we explored earlier? Well, when change comes knocking, it often requires you to make bold decisions. But these decisions don't need to be reckless. Just like with any other risk, assess the potential outcomes, weigh the rewards, and decide how to move forward in a way that feels aligned with your values and long-term vision. Adapting to change might mean stepping into the unknown, but with the right strategy, it can be the breakthrough moment you've been waiting for. In conclusion, adaptability and innovation are secret weapons of success because they allow you to stay relevant and competitive in a constantly evolving world. Embrace change, welcome feedback, and keep learning. When you can adapt to change and innovate, you unlock new opportunities and continue progressing toward your goals, no matter what obstacles come your way. Stay flexible, stay curious, and remember, the key to success is not just how you start, but how you adapt and grow along the way. As we continue our exploration of success, there's one often overlooked trait that can be the difference between achieving your goals and falling short: emotional intelligence, EQ. While IQ and technical skills are important, emotional intelligence plays a massive role in how well you manage yourself and your relationships with others. The secret weapon of success is not just about being smart or talented, it's about being emotionally aware, empathetic, and adaptable in social situations. Emotional intelligence refers to the ability to recognize, understand, manage, and influence emotions, both your own and those of others. It's the foundation for building strong relationships, navigating challenges, and creating a positive work or social environment. When you have high emotional intelligence, you're better equipped to handle stress, communicate effectively, resolve conflicts, and make sound decisions. And let's be honest, those are the qualities that will help you thrive in nearly every area of your life. So, how do you cultivate emotional intelligence? It starts with self-awareness, the ability to recognize and understand your own emotions. This means being in tune with how you're feeling in the moment, whether it's excitement, frustration, joy, or fear. Self-awareness is about understanding your emotional triggers, knowing why you react to certain situations the way you do, and being able to recognize when your emotions are getting the best of you. The secret weapon of success here is the ability to pause before reacting. Instead of letting your emotions dictate your behavior, take a moment to reflect. Ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? Is my reaction proportionate to the situation? How can I respond in a way that aligns with my goals and values? This ability to pause and reflect before reacting is one of the hallmarks of emotional intelligence. Self-regulation, the next component of emotional intelligence, is all about managing your emotions in a healthy way. It's one thing to recognize your feelings, but it's another to control them, especially in high-stress or challenging situations. People with high emotional intelligence can stay calm under pressure, think logically in times of crisis, and avoid reacting impulsively. Instead of letting frustration or anger derail their progress, they find ways to channel their emotions constructively. Self-regulation is a powerful tool for success because it allows you to stay focused on your goals, even when things aren't going your way. When you can control your impulses and emotions, you're more likely to make thoughtful decisions and avoid conflicts that could derail your progress. Another key aspect of emotional intelligence is empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. Empathy allows you to connect with people on a deeper level, build trust, and communicate more effectively. Whether you're leading a team, working with clients, or navigating personal relationships, empathy helps you understand others' perspectives and respond in ways that are supportive and understanding. The secret weapon of success in this case is the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes. When you can empathize with others, you're able to create stronger connections, resolve conflicts more easily, and collaborate effectively. This makes you a better leader, colleague, friend, and partner. Empathy is also an essential skill for building relationships that will help you achieve your goals. People are more likely to support you when they feel understood and valued, which is exactly what empathy allows you to do. Social skills, the final component of emotional intelligence, are all about navigating social situations effectively and building positive relationships. Whether it's communicating clearly, resolving conflicts, or motivating a team, social skills are crucial for success. People with high emotional intelligence are skilled at reading social cues, adapting to different communication styles, and handling challenging conversations with grace and respect. Building strong social skills isn't just about being likable or charming, it's about being able to manage relationships in a way that supports both your personal and professional goals. The secret weapon of success is the ability to communicate effectively, resolve conflicts in a healthy way, and maintain strong, positive relationships with others. So, how do you cultivate emotional intelligence? It starts with a commitment to self-awareness and self-regulation. Take the time to reflect on your emotions, identify your triggers, and work on controlling your reactions. Practice empathy by actively listening to others and trying to understand their feelings and perspectives. And develop your social skills by improving your communication, building trust, and learning to navigate difficult conversations with tact and respect. One great way to build emotional intelligence is through mindfulness practices, such as meditation or journaling. These activities help you become more aware of your emotions and train your brain to respond more thoughtfully to challenging situations. By taking the time to reflect and engage in these practices, you'll strengthen your emotional intelligence and enhance your ability to handle life's ups and downs with grace. Ultimately, emotional intelligence is a secret weapon because it gives you the tools to navigate life's complexities with confidence and poise. When you can manage your emotions, understand others, and communicate effectively, you're more likely to build strong relationships, overcome obstacles, and achieve success. The world is full of challenges, but with high emotional intelligence, you'll be better equipped to handle whatever comes your way. In conclusion, emotional intelligence is essential for success because it empowers you to manage your emotions, understand others, and build meaningful relationships. By cultivating self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, and social skills, you'll be well on your way to unlocking the secret weapon of success. Success isn't just about achieving your goals, it's about how you manage your emotions and relationships along the way. When you master emotional intelligence, you create a foundation that supports not only your own success but the success of those around you. As we continue to unravel the secret weapons that contribute to success, there's one critical trait that can amplify your efforts in ways you might not even realize: leadership. But hold on, leadership doesn't always mean holding a position of power or managing a team. Leadership is about influence, the ability to guide, inspire, and motivate others toward a common goal. Whether you're a CEO, a manager, or simply someone working toward a personal dream, leadership and influence play a pivotal role in your journey to success. The secret weapon of success here is realizing that leadership isn't about titles or authority, it's about the impact you have on those around you. Leadership is about fostering trust, inspiring action, and empowering others to perform at their best. You don't need to be a born leader to cultivate these qualities, either. Leadership is a skill that can be developed, and it starts with understanding the core principles of influence and how to apply them in your daily life. One of the most important aspects of leadership is leading by example. This doesn't just apply to the workplace, it's a universal principle. The way you show up in the world, the choices you make, and the actions you take set the tone for those around you. Whether you realize it or not, people are always watching you. The secret weapon of success here is knowing that your behavior and decisions influence others, so make sure they align with your values and goals. Think about a great leader you've had in your life, whether it's a mentor, manager, or even a public figure. What made them stand out? Likely, it wasn't their title or authority but their ability to inspire confidence, trust, and respect in others. Great leaders have a way of making people feel seen, heard, and valued. They empower others to do their best work and support them when times get tough. You can do the same by embodying those traits in your everyday interactions. Led by example, be consistent in your actions, and maintain a high level of integrity, and others will naturally look to you for guidance. Effective communication is another cornerstone of leadership. A great leader knows how to articulate a clear vision, listen actively, and communicate with empathy. Communication is a two-way street. It's not just about telling others what to do, but about listening, understanding, and collaborating. When you can communicate effectively, you build stronger relationships, resolve conflicts more easily, and motivate others to work toward a shared goal. The secret weapon of success when it comes to communication is being both clear and compassionate. Leaders who can express themselves clearly are able to articulate goals, expectations, and feedback in ways that are understood and accepted. But being a compassionate communicator is equally important. Empathy in communication helps to build trust and rapport with those around you, making them more likely to follow your lead. Influence is also about recognizing the power of collaboration. True leaders know that they can't do everything on their own, and they surround themselves with individuals who bring complementary skills and perspectives to the table. In the context of your personal or professional goals, think about how you can build a network of like-minded individuals who are equally invested in achieving success. Leadership isn't about controlling others, it's about bringing people together and leveraging their strengths to create something greater than what any individual could achieve on their own. One of the hallmarks of great leadership is the ability to inspire others to take action. You've probably heard the expression, leadership by example, but true leadership goes beyond that. It's about motivating others to move beyond their comfort zones, take risks, and push toward new heights. The secret weapon here is influence. When you believe in the potential of others, you can help them see it too. Whether you're mentoring someone or leading a team, inspiring action is one of the most powerful ways you can help others, and, in turn, accelerate your own success. Leadership also involves the ability to make tough decisions and navigate difficult situations. Successful leaders are not afraid to make bold moves, even when the outcome is uncertain. The secret weapon of success is the courage to make decisions that align with your long-term vision, even if they are unpopular or uncomfortable in the moment. People will respect your leadership when they see you're willing to make the hard calls and take responsibility for the consequences. In addition to making decisions, great leaders are skilled at empowering others. This means giving people the tools, resources, and authority they need to take ownership of their work. Empowering others is an act of trust. It shows that you believe in their abilities and that you're willing to let them grow. The secret weapon of success here is the ability to build a culture of empowerment, where people feel confident in their roles and motivated to contribute their best work. Let's not forget about accountability. Great leaders are accountable for their actions and decisions, and they encourage the same from others. Creating a culture of accountability means setting clear expectations, providing constructive feedback, and ensuring that everyone is on the same page. By holding yourself and others accountable, you create an environment where success is the natural outcome. The final piece of leadership is growth, both your own and that of others. Leadership is not static, it requires constant learning, self-reflection, and improvement. As a leader, you must be willing to evolve, adapt to new challenges, and continually seek ways to enhance your leadership skills. The secret weapon of success in this case is knowing that leadership is a journey, not a destination. As you grow, so will your ability to influence and inspire others. To sum it up, leadership is about more than just giving orders or managing people, it's about inspiring trust, fostering collaboration, and motivating others toward a shared vision. Whether you're leading a team at work or simply taking charge of your own success, the secret weapon of success lies in your ability to lead by example, communicate effectively, make tough decisions, and empower others. Leadership is the key to unlocking the full potential of yourself and those around you, and it's one of the most powerful tools you can use to achieve lasting success. We've explored the importance of mindset, habits, resilience, and leadership on the journey toward success. But there's one last essential quality that makes all the difference: persistence. Persistence is the secret weapon of success that drives you forward when everything else seems to be working against you. It's what separates those who achieve their goals from those who give up halfway through. In a world filled with distractions, setbacks, and failures, persistence is what allows you to keep moving forward, even when the road is long and tough. The truth is, success doesn't happen overnight. It's not about a single breakthrough or a one-time effort, it's about the long, hard slog of working day in and day out, even when the results aren't immediately visible. Every successful person has faced challenges, setbacks, and moments when they wanted to quit. But what sets them apart is that they didn't give up. Instead, they kept pushing forward, no matter how difficult the journey became. So, what exactly is persistence? It's the determination to keep going when the path gets rough. It's the ability to face failure, learn from it, and keep trying until you reach your goal. Persistence isn't about working harder or longer than everyone else, it's about working with purpose, consistency, and resilience. It's about understanding that success is often the result of repeated efforts, not just a single moment of brilliance. Think about a time when you faced a significant challenge or setback. Maybe you failed at something you were deeply invested in. Maybe you encountered a roadblock that seemed insurmountable. In those moments, persistence is what helps you get back on your feet. Instead of letting the failure define you, persistence tells you that it's simply part of the process. Every failure is an opportunity to learn, adjust, and improve. The more persistent you are, the more capable you become of turning setbacks into stepping stones. One of the key components of persistence is patience. Success doesn't come quickly, and you're likely to encounter a lot of obstacles along the way. But the secret weapon of success is knowing that your consistent efforts, over time, will add up. It's like planting seeds in the ground. You may not see immediate results, but if you keep watering them, nurturing them, and staying patient, they will eventually grow into something incredible. Your persistence is what will carry you through the slow and challenging stages of growth. Persistence also requires belief in yourself and your goals. When things get tough, it's easy to start doubting your abilities and questioning whether it's all worth it. But the secret weapon of persistence is having a deep-rooted belief in your ability to succeed, even when others may doubt you or when results don't appear right away. This belief acts as fuel, keeping you motivated to keep going, even when the going gets tough. Another important aspect of persistence is learning from failure. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of the process. Every successful person has faced failure at some point in their journey. But instead of giving up, they used failure as an opportunity to grow, adjust their approach, and try again. The secret weapon of success here is understanding that failure isn't permanent, it's just a temporary setback. As long as you keep moving forward, failure doesn't have the power to stop you. Let's talk about how you can cultivate persistence in your own life. First, you need to set clear and realistic goals. When you know what you're working toward, it becomes easier to stay focused and motivated. Break down your big goals into smaller, manageable steps, and celebrate your progress along the way. This will help you stay on track and keep the momentum going. Second, develop a growth mindset. Embrace challenges as opportunities for learning, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Every mistake is a lesson that brings you one step closer to your goal. The secret weapon of success is being able to see each setback as a stepping stone, not a dead end. Third, build a support system. Surround yourself with people who believe in you and your goals. When you're feeling discouraged or ready to quit, your support network can help lift you up and remind you why you started in the first place. Persistence is easier when you have people in your corner who can offer encouragement and perspective. Finally, take care of yourself. Persistence requires energy, and you can't keep pushing forward if you're burnt out or overwhelmed. Make sure to rest, recharge, and take care of your physical and mental health. The secret weapon of persistence is sustainability, keeping up the effort without running yourself into the ground. Pace yourself and remember that success is a marathon, not a sprint. In conclusion, persistence is one of the most powerful secret weapons you have in your arsenal. It's the ability to keep going when things get tough, to learn from failure, and to continue moving toward your goals, no matter how long it takes. Persistence is what transforms ordinary efforts into extraordinary success. So, when you're faced with challenges, don't give up. Keep going, keep learning, and keep pushing forward. The more persistent you are, the closer you get to unlocking your ultimate success. As we reach the final part of this journey together, it's time to reflect on everything we've discussed so far. You've learned about mindset, attitude, habits, resilience, relationships, calculated risks, time management, adaptability, emotional intelligence, leadership, and persistence, all of which are the secret weapons that can unlock the door to success. But as we wrap things up, it's important to understand one fundamental truth: these weapons are only effective when applied consistently and thoughtfully. Success isn't about having all the right tools, it's about knowing how to use them. Each of these qualities we've discussed serves as a building block that, when combined, creates a foundation for lasting success. The real secret weapon of success is the ability to integrate these elements into your daily life, to make them a part of who you are, and to apply them to every challenge you face. Let's briefly revisit the key elements of the secret weapon of success. Mindset is the foundation. It shapes the way you perceive yourself, your circumstances, and your potential. A positive, growth-oriented mindset opens the door to opportunity and helps you overcome obstacles. Attitude is what fuels your actions. It's the internal energy that drives you to keep going, even when things get tough. A winning attitude helps you stay focused, resilient, and optimistic, regardless of the challenges that arise. Habits are the actions you take every day. They compound over time and shape your future. The key to success is to develop habits that align with your goals and reinforce your commitment to achieving them. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks. Life will always present challenges, but resilient individuals keep moving forward. They learn from failure, adapt, and use adversity as fuel for growth. Relationships and networking provide the support and resources you need to succeed. Building strong, authentic relationships with others creates opportunities, offers valuable insights, and encourages collaboration. Calculated risks propel you forward. Success rarely happens without stepping outside of your comfort zone. By assessing and taking smart risks, you open yourself to growth, innovation, and new possibilities. Time management is essential for staying organized and focused on your priorities. The more effectively you manage your time, the more efficiently you can work toward your goals without getting distracted or overwhelmed. Adaptability and innovation ensure that you stay relevant. The world is constantly changing, and those who succeed are the ones who can evolve, learn new things, and stay ahead of the curve. Emotional intelligence allows you to manage your emotions, understand others, and communicate effectively. High emotional intelligence fosters strong relationships and helps you navigate challenges with ease. Leadership and influence give you the power to inspire others and build a community around your vision. Whether you're leading a team or pursuing personal goals, leadership enables you to bring others along on your journey. Persistence is the driving force that keeps you going. Success doesn't happen in an instant, it's the result of consistent effort, determination, and the ability to keep moving forward even in the face of failure. The real secret weapon of success is the integration of all of these elements. It's not enough to focus on just one or two areas, you need to work on them all. This doesn't mean trying to perfect everything at once, but it does mean committing to steady, consistent growth across multiple areas of your life. Success isn't a destination, it's a process. The key is to keep applying what you've learned, day after day, and never stop growing. Now, as you reflect on the journey we've taken together, I want you to think about how you can start implementing these principles in your life today. Pick one or two areas that resonate with you the most and begin there. As you apply the secret weapons of success, mindset, attitude, habits, resilience, and all the rest, you'll find that each small change builds momentum, and before you know it, you'll be on the path to achieving your greatest dreams. Remember, success doesn't happen by chance. It happens when you intentionally work toward it, applying these tools and strategies with dedication, consistency, and patience. And while success may look different for everyone, the secret weapons we've discussed are universal. Whether your goals are personal or professional, these principles will serve you well as you continue to grow, learn, and strive toward greatness. The road to success is never easy, but it is always worth it. The secret weapon of success is not some magic formula, it's the combination of your mindset, actions, relationships, and persistence, all working together to propel you forward. So, now it's time for you to take these ideas and put them into action. As you go forward on your journey, I encourage you to keep these principles close to your heart. Let them guide you through challenges, fuel your motivation during tough times, and keep you grounded in your pursuit of success. The secret weapon of success is inside of you, waiting to be unleashed. Thank you for joining me on this journey. I believe in your potential, and I know that with these secret weapons in your arsenal, there's nothing you can't achieve. The only thing left to do is take that first step, and keep moving forward, one day at a time.